Hello everyone, my name is CMA Pankti. Veni. Welcome back to CMA modules. Today we'll study a topic named as General Principles and Comparisons with Commercial Accounting. This topic comes under Government Accounting. Our study material claims that gives a weightage of 20% for this chapter, but around 22 to 23 marks we have questions coming for exams if we go through past papers. Many students don't go for this chapter, and reason is there is too much theory. In fact, entire chapter is theory. So they leave this chapter, they skip this topic. So it's better not to skip. This topic is very easy. I have tried my best to make theory answers very easy. I have converted the long answers into bullet points. I've tried to convert long answers into acronym style, into story style, into poem style, so that that will make our learning little easy, and it will help us to write these answers from this chapter also in our exams. We can expect direct questions from this from this chapter in our exams. Say 8-mark question, 5-mark question, 4-mark questions. In fact, 2017, 2021, in these attempts, our institute have asked direct questions from this paper, from this chapter. So let us begin with this chapter. So general principles and comparisons with commercial accounting. Accounting is the process of recording, classifying and summarizing financial transactions. We know that right from +1 or +2 standards, we are learning what is accounting. Accounting is nothing but a process. First you record, then you classify, then you summarize. So accounting is a process of recording, classifying, summarizing financial transactions and communicating the results of its operations and also financial positions to its stakeholders. So what is accounting? Accounting is nothing but a process of recording. First you record, then you classify, then you summarize financial transactions and communicate whatever results you get, communicate the results of operations and financial positions to stakeholders. Who are stakeholders? It can be debtors, creditors, customers, um, uh, managers, shareholders, investors. Government accounting. Now accounting is done. Now what is government accounting? Government accounting refers to system of financial accounting that is applicable to government, its departments, offices and institutions. What is government accounting? Government accounting is nothing but again a system of financial accounting that is applicable to government only. To private sectors, to private companies? No. To government only, its departments, offices and institutions. To government and government departments, to government and government offices and government institutions. Accounting system that is put to use in government offices or institutions for purpose of recording and reporting financial transactions is referred to as government accounting. Accounting system that is put to use in government offices, government departments, government institutions for purpose of recording. A system which is used in government offices, government department for purpose of recording, classifying, summarizing, reporting is known as government accounting. It is also referred to as public finance accounting. Dash is referred to as public finance accounting, government accounting. So what is accounting and what is government accounting? Two things we completed. Then you have third point. Third point is defined by Oishami Din, a very important point. Government accounting is the process of recording, analyzing, classifying, summarizing, communicating. First you record, after recording you analyze, then you classify, then you summarize and you communicate whatever is your results about government in aggregate and in detail, reflecting all transactions involving receipts, transfer and disposition of government funds and property. By the given definition, it is clear that government account is the systematic and scientific process of recording, presenting, analyzing, summarizing, classifying and communicating By the given definition, it is clear. By the above definition, it is very clear that government account is nothing but a systematic and a scientific process, and a scientific process of recording, presenting, analyzing, summarizing, classifying and communicating financial transactions. So we record, we present, we analyze, we summarize, we classify and communicate financial transactions. So same above points are repeated here. Of the government offices, it is concerned with keeping a record of government revenue and their proper utilization in different development and administration work. It presents the receipts and payment position of the public fund. It reveals how public funds have been generated and utilized for welfare of general public. So same points are repeated. Whatever is mentioned here, the same points are there here in second paragraph as well. So again in third paragraph you will have the same thing. It is a process of collecting, recording, classifying, summarizing and interpreting financial transactions relating to the revenues and expenditures of government institution and offices. So again same thing. In simple words, accounting is nothing but recording, classifying, summarizing, presenting, aggregating. But if we do it for government, in terms of government, then it is known as government accounting. So you can get a short note on, write a short note on government accounting. So the process, the answer is very easy. First point is what is accounting? After that government accounting and a definition given by Oisami and Den. Okay. Now let us come to features of government accounting. So here under features of government accounting we have 9 points. So what I have done is I have tried to classify these, they are different 9 points. So I've just tried to make it in a story form, in a learnable form, so that will help you to remember all 9 points, all 9 bullet points. So even if you know all 9 bullet points, the inside content you can write it down with the help of module. Yes, please stick to the module words from the module, but little points or little answers, little sentences you can take it from your side. But yes, module points and module words are very, very important. So our first point is a systematic, specific system of accounting. It is specific accounting system which is followed by government in its department, offices and institutions. Yes, government offices, government departments stick to specific accounting. They stick to specific accounting. Reporting of utilization of public funds. Government and its institutions are public institutions whose main objective is to provide services to the society and also to maintain law and order in the country. So why do we go for government accounting? Because it is public fund and we need to do proper accounting. We need to, because government is answerable where the public money is used, where it is whether it is used legally. So government and its institutions are public institutions whose main objective is to provide services, and also to maintain law and order in the country. The main objective is to provide services and to maintain law and order in the country. So the accounting system used by such institution has to reveal how public funds and properties have been used. So what is the main purpose of the accounting system? Accounting system here is used to reveal how public funds and properties have been used. How public funds and properties have been used. For that purpose, it is to be noted that government accounting is not done for revealing any profit and loss. Okay. Next you have government regulations. Government accounting is maintained according to government rules and regulations. Financial policies, rules and regulations as determined from time to time provide systems of government accounting. Government regulations. What does government regulations do? There are rules and regulations given. These rules and regulations are maintained by government. Government accounting is maintained according to government rules and regulations. Financial policies, rules and regulations are determined from time to time. Government accounting needs to be followed. Suppose I want to note down any expense or I want to note down any revenue, that needs to be done as per financial policies, as per rules and regulations framed for government accounting. Double entry system. Government accounting is based on principles and assumptions of double entry system of bookkeeping system. Accordingly, every financial transactions entered into by a government accounting, by government office or by government or by institutions are recorded showing the double effect. So double entry system, double effect system is followed by government accounting also. Then we have budget heads. All the expenses of government offices are classified into different budget heads and expenditures are made only on approved budget heads. So all the expenses of government offices are classified under different budget heads, not under one budget head but under different budget heads, and expenditures are made only on approved budget heads. Next we have budget heads and budget regulations. So government expenditures are governed by budgetary regulations. So government expenditures are governed by budgetary regulations. In other words, no government office can make expenditure more than the amount allocated in the budget. So suppose budget specifies 50,000 rupees as the amount, then my expenditure should not exceed 50,000 for a particular thing. It should stick to 50,000. Thus, in effect, government accounting gets regulated by the budget. Okay, so even government accounting is regulated by budget. Mode of transaction. All government transactions are supposed to be performed through banks. Nothing can be done with the help of cash. Other than banking mode, everything needs to be done by banks. Fund-based accounting. A peculiar characteristics of governmental accounting is the employment of separate funds. So for everything you have a separate fund. Suppose I want to construct a bridge, separate fund. I want to construct a railway line for metro, or I want to construct anything. So for that you have a specific separate fund. So government is engaged in an ever growing number of operations and activities which are quite unrelated to each other. The particular sources of revenue or income often are dedicated to use for a particular phase of government's operations. The accounts must segregate these specially dedicated resources and isolate them from all other transactions in a separate fund. Auditing. The audit the books of accounts maintained by government departments, offices or institutions are to be audited by a recognized department of government so as to ensure proper governance and also to prevent misuse and misappropriation of public funds. So auditing is also must. Auditing of government accounts are usually done by CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Auditing is nothing but it helps to check whether accounting is done properly, there is no misuse, there is no misappropriation of public funds. It helps us to check those things. So I have summarized this. So fund-based accounting is a specific system of accounting that reports utilization of public funds, which follows government regulations and double entry system. It also classifies transactions according to budget heads and budgetary regulations and requires a mode of transaction that ensures accountability and transparency. Moreover, it is subject to auditing by external and internal agencies. So if you see there are 9 points there, here also I have clubbed all the 9 points into this form, which will help you to remember your bullet points quickly and nicely. Then we have next question as objective of government accounting. The objectives of government accounting are financial administration of activities of the government to promote maximization. So first objective is financial administration. I want to financially admin my activities of government. Then to promote maximization of welfare in the form of various services. So these are my main two objectives. Otherwise also, if I want to do accounting of my house, so what will be my first objective? To check whether financially everything is going right. Nothing is, there is no area where I am spending too much or where there is no area where I am spending too less. So financial administration of activities of government, I want to check that. And to promote maximization of welfare in the form of various services. Okay. Specific objectives are, so they have classified into two objectives, general objectives, specific objectives. General objectives, there are two. And specific objectives, there are 8 points. To record financial transactions of revenue and expenditure relating to government organization, to provide reliable financial data and information about operations of public fund. To record means nothing but to log government income and cost. Here what you are doing, you are recording your incomes and expenditure relating to government organizations. So in other words, in easier word, what you are doing, you are logging your government income and cost. Then next point, you have to provide reliable financial data and information about operations of public fund. So what you are doing, you are giving a reliable financial data and report. You are reporting and you are giving a reliable financial data. Then to record expenditures as per appropriate act, rules and legal provisions as set by the government. Then in that case, what you are doing, you are following government rules and regulations for spending. Then you have next point, to avoid to help in preparation of various financial statements and reports. To avoid excess expenditures beyond the limit of budget approved by the government, check and limit budget use. Then you have to help in preparation of various financial statements and reports, helps make financial statements and reports. Then you have to prevent misappropriation, to facilitate auditing by concerned government department, ease auditing by government departments. Then you have to prevent misappropriations of government properties by maintaining systematic records of cash and store items. Here you have protect government assets with records. Then you have to facilitate for estimating annual budget by providing historical financial data of government and expenditure, support budget estimation with data. So there are 8 points, and these 8 points I have tried to make it in an easier version. And for learning also these 8 points, log, give, follow, check, help, ease, protect and support. So first you log, then you give, then you follow. Log, give, follow, check, help, ease, protect and support government finances. Then you have third answer. Your third answer is general principles of government accounting. So your general principles of government accounting also have tried to make it in an easier version. Government accounting is based on budget, cash and form and classifies expenditure by end products for respected period. So same thing you have here also, classification of expenditure based on budget, end products of government accounting, period of accounts, cash basis of accounts and forms of accounts. Now let us come to classification of expenditure. Government expenditures are classified under sectors, major heads, minor heads, subheads and detailed heads of accounts. So how do we classify government expenditure? Government expenditures are classified into sectors, major heads, minor heads, subheads and detailed heads of accounts. The method of budgeting and accounting under the service head is not designed to bring out the relation in which government stands to its material assets in use or its liabilities due to be discharged at more or less distant dates. Okay. Then we have next point. Next point is related to based on budgets. Government accounting is based on annual budgets of government. In its budget for a year, government is interested to forecast with greatest possible accuracy what is expected to be received or paid during the year and whether the former together with the balance of the past year is sufficient to cover the later. So it is based on budget. So government accounting is nothing but based on annual budget of government. In its budget for a year, government is interested to forecast with greatest possible accuracy what is expected to be received, what is expected to be paid during the year and whether the former together with the balance of past year is sufficient to cover the later. Similarly, in the compiled accounts for that year, it is concerned to see to what extent the forecast has been justified by the facts and whether it has a surplus or a deficit balance as a result of year's transactions. On the basis of budget and accounts, government determines whether it will be justified in curtailing or expanding its activities and whether it can and should increase or decrease taxation accordingly. So many points are taken care here. Compiling of accounts, government accounts are also based on budget and government determines whether it is justified in expanding or diversifying its activities or curtailing its activities to increase or decrease its taxations. Okay. Then we have end products of government accounting. So what are the end products? In the field of government accounting, end products are the monthly accounts and annual accounts. So end products are the final products. Suppose yearly accounts, monthly accounts, half yearly accounts. So the monthly accounts serve the needs of day-to-day administration, while the annual accounts present a fair and true correct view to the government during the year. Period of accounts. The annual accounts of central, state and union territory government shall record transactions which takes place during financial year running from 1st April to 31st March. So period of accounts is financial year. It will follow financial year. Cash basis of account, with the exception of such books adjustments as may be authorized by these rules on the advice of Comptroller and Auditor General of India, transactions in government accounts shall represent actual cash receipts and disbursement during a financial year. So it's a cash basis of accounting. The accounting is authorized by CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, a person who audits and does accounting for government organizations. Forms of accounts. Accounts of government are kept in three parts, namely consolidated fund, contingency fund and public fund. So these are my forms of accounts. So I have completed 3 questions under this lecture. We'll go for next lecture. In next lecture, I'll be starting from comparison between government accounting and commercial accounting. And along with this, I'll be completing 8.2. Thank you.